Hello, my sexy muffins, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to talk about something very personal to me that I've been hesitant to put onto video and such. So we're just going to get into it as right now. So I have DID, Dissociative Identity Disorder, formerly known and sometimes known as multiple personality disorder. Now, I don't talk about this often. I don't think I ever talked about it on my YouTube channel and such because it is such a personal matter to me than something I don't usually like to share. And I don't think I ever switched to one of my alters, aka other personalities and such, or as I call them, roles. But anyways, I will refer to them alters because that is the most proper term for them as of right now. Anyways, I have DID. Now, I'm going to give you a few examples of when I switched and explain DID a bit. DID is a dissociative identity disorder. Basically, it's a dissociative disorder where when you dissociate, you go into one of your other personalities or alters. It is very terrible to have, and it's very rare. So, if a lot of people say they have this, it's usually not. And it's usually from prolonged abuse or prolonged, very mental stuff that usually happens when you're a minor. Can happen as an adult, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Do not take me that by my word. But it usually happens when you're a child and you're developing and all that stuff, and it is very bad. I had prolonged emotional, physical, and adult stuff abuse, like adults fun time stuff, but it wasn't fun because I was a child. The first time I ever switched, we'll call it switch, and I'm sorry, I don't know the proper terms. The first time I ever dissociate, let's go with that. The first time I ever dissociated that I can remember, well, I don't remember when I dissociated. It's from what people have told me. Because when you dissociate, you have no memory of what you do while you're dissociating because another alter or identity takes over and to protect you. I before it happened, I was again bullied by this kid in class, and I just lost time, and apparently I punched him in the nose and gave him a bloody nose. And the from what my mom told me the next day, I refused to tell anyone what happened and just gave the silent treatment and was sent home. This was in second grade. I was 8 years old. I came to the next day not knowing how I got from point A to point B in my bed, asking mom, and my mom was acting like I was being a smart butt and being stupid. So got grounded for that. Fast forward to when I was 13. There's obviously been more situations like this and such, mainly when my dad was essaying and R wording me because from 7 through 9 years old, I was SA'd and raped by my father. So it was a long time, and it that was a hard situation. So I'm at 13, and my mom thought I had a psychotic break because she told me the next couple of days after it happened that we were having fights in the house. I can't remember the details at this point, but she thought I had a psychotic break because I was talking in a little girl's voice. That's what she told me, and apparently counting the wrinkles on my hands. You know where your fingers bend and stuff. She completely thought I was having a psychotic break and debated to take me to the ER to get me admitted to the psych ward. It was bad. It was bad. Apparently. Fast forward another 2 years, another one that I had where I blacked out, dissociated, switched, whatever you want to call it, was when my mom was about to punish me. My brother was being super aggressive and saying, "Ooh, this would be good." That's the last thing I remembered. Apparently, I jumped on my mom's back, bit into it, and clawed up her back, taking out a chunk out of her back. I have no recollection of this. None at all. I have no recollection. I was arrested and sent to juvenile hall for this at 15. Fast forward another few years, it's 18, 19, or 20, I can't remember at this point, but it ended up being where I was apparently standing over my mom. I don't know if it was sleepwalking or if this was a full on switch. Could have been sleepwalking. But I was standing above my mom. This is what she told me, with a sharp object, a big butcher's one, and just staring down at her while she sleeps. She woke up feeling like someone was watching her. This is what she told me, and saw me and asked what was I doing. And I said, "My knife." In the creepiest ass voice she said she ever heard, that made her unnerved. And she had to talk me down, she told me. And she didn't tell me this for weeks after, because it was bad. It was bad. It was really, really bad. And I went straight back to bed after she calmed me down. Woke up, no memories of what happened at all. My mom was completely unnerved, thinking I should be admitted full time to a full time psych place at that point. And the most recent one, because this happens on and off when I get self harmy and wanting to in my life. I was in a really depressive state a few days ago and wanting to harm myself. I lost time. All my knives, all my sharp objects, all my pills were put up somewhere. I couldn't find them. I literally spent the last 3 days looking for my medication because someone put them up. I live alone. I have my door locked all times. My mom didn't come over with her spare key and do it. I just didn't know where all this stuff was. Apparently, one of my alters, or whatever you want to call them, took over and must have took over. I honestly don't remember, because literally I couldn't find them, and I was 2 days without my depressive medication and other medication, so it was bad. And put all the stuff up, and I still can't find the paring knife that I needed for cutting potatoes. I don't know where they put it. It's just vanished. And this does happen when I am self harming, or when I am in severe mental distress, aka trauma. Your alters help you deal with memories and stuff of trauma and stuff, and help you survive from the abuse you have, and protect and shield you from the abuse you had, or protect you from trauma that you were dealing while you were, like for in my case of the essay and R word, when that would happen, alter would sometimes take over and protect me from the physical act of it happening. And it was really gross, really gross. And other physical abuse and stuff, it just, they are there to protect you and to keep you managed. And it deals with PTSD, trauma, all that stuff. It happens, it goes on for years and years and years and years and years and years. And it's bad. It's really, really bad. Really. So, anyways, that is basically what I went through personally in my experience of it. And the biggest ones that I ever had, I can't remember them all. But also, oh, before I forget, as an adult and in my late teens, I would go out and have episodes where I dissociated, and I would have sex with people I did not know. None at all. And I would come to hours, sometimes a day later, with either fluid inside me or on me or in my mouth, and I would have no idea how it happened. I am so lucky I did not get like HIV or any severe STDs at during this time. I had to get checked regularly because it was so bad. My mom thought I was being a big old slew. You know, I can't say the word because YouTube, but I didn't know what was going on, and I was terrified. For years, I did not know who I was, and until I got diagnosed properly, I did not know who I was. I did not know. I had no idea who I was. I had no idea what was going on or anything. And I felt like I was going insane. Like I was not who I was. It was insane. And it was devastating. And it still sometimes is to this day. It hasn't happened in a while other than the last time, but I feel like mine is stress induced with my trauma, so it is easier for me to do my talking therapy, which I do once a week. I get like an hour to 3 hours where I talk to my therapist and while we're driving around and stuff, and it helps a lot. And I'm also in other therapy to help with my trauma to help heal it. So yeah. Also, here's a disclaimer. If someone has DID and they're messaging you online and saying they have DID, if they a good tell to tell if they're faking it is 90% of the time if they send it in the same message. Like, I'll use an example I saw off Reddit of some guy saying, "Oh, you're a failure. Good now. Unalive yourself." I'm not using the K word. And then seconds later in the same message, not even sent the first one yet, it is, "Oh, did my alter say something weird? XD." It doesn't happen like that. 90% of the time, they will check messages to see, and it doesn't happen that rapidly, like seconds later in the same message. Sometimes it can happen fast, but it's usually it makes you, for me personally, it makes me dizzy, dissociative. Like, I feel like I'm going to pass out type of thing. So it's rarely happens like that. So that is a good tell to tell if someone's faking DID. Now, I hope that you all have a good day. I hope that if you don't believe me, that's fine. I understand a lot of people online make fake stuff up about their mental illness and stuff. That sucks. That's why you have never seen my alters, not because I'm making it up, but because I don't try to document my DID because I don't want people to get construed on what it is. This is from my experience of mine and such, and it might be different for other people, but this is from my experience and a few examples I have given to show examples of how it has affected my life. Now, I hope that you have all enjoyed this, if you could. And stay sexy, all my sexy muffins. And happy early Pride Month because I used the Pride art in this. Anyway, stay sexy, all my sexy muffins. Bye bye. I know I just said stay sexy and ended the video, but here is a disclaimer. People with DID or mental illness are not usually people that commit crimes and become serial unalivers and such. That is very, very extremely rare. It is even more rare than someone having DID itself. Because people that usually have mental illness and DID, unless they're having a psychotic break and lashing out, it usually never ever are ones to commit crimes and stuff, and usually are victims of crimes. Yes, there are people that, like myself, that can get and have a psychotic break if they are off their medications, like I have been sometimes. I've had that issue before, and it has caused issues in the past. But full on, it is very rare to happen that they commit crimes. They are usually victims of crimes. And here's a disclaimer. Hear that? Drink water. I'm drinking water today. I have pots, and I have to excuse the fans as the fans are in the video because I have pots, and it's like 80 degrees in my apartment, and it's ridiculous. So I have to drink water to keep myself hydrated and keep fans on so I do not pass out because my air condition is broken. Anyways, that is the disclaimer. I hope that you all, if people fake it online, fake any mental illness online, just don't engage with them because just even saying, "Oh, you're faking" to their comment section just feeds their algorithm and pushes them out more to more people to spread more misinformation. I don't speak as an expert at all on DID because I'm not an expert on DID, even if I have it, because I am not a doctor. I am not a psychiatrist. I didn't go to school for it. I can only speak. That's why I didn't give out details of what DID is. I also didn't give out the symptoms of DID because I do not want people faking it to get clout. This video is not to get clout. I'm not even going to have ads on this video, as you probably can tell, because it is ridiculous, and I'm not going to milk my mental illness for views and money. I just wanted to share it with you so you guys get an insight of another part of me, and I thought that you all could enjoy it. Yes, I know I'm a little insane because of my mental illness. It makes me insane sometimes. When I am unstable as all heck. But I do my best to keep manage and to do the best thing. And I want you to know that I am here, that I understand mental illness better than anyone. Depression, schizophrenia, borderline personality disorder, bipolar disorder, etc. I've been there. Trust me. It's ridiculous. And I know what you're going through most likely with a lot of illnesses. If you are, and you can get through it, you are worth it, you are valid, and you do matter. So stay in there, drink water, take care of yourself, advocate for yourself, because you will be your biggest advocate, and you deserve to have help and deserve to live a healthy life as much as you can. Stay sexy, all my sexy muffins. I love you. Bye bye. Sorry, I didn't press pause. Sorry. Stay sexy. Love ya.